What up, everybody? It's your boy Asian, and we're back. What's crazy is we are already into almost the middle of April. I know it took a couple weeks, but I was waiting for the tournament to end. Here to talk to you today about the North Carolina Tar Heels. Yes, I know a couple weeks ago they lost in the Sweet 16. Upset by the 4-seed Alabama Crimson Tide, 89-87 in a game where I did not see Carolina losing. I figured they would at least get to Elite Eight. Possibly Arizona have an R.J. Davis versus Caleb Love matchup, but that did not happen. Alabama was able to defeat us. And prior to that, Arizona was defeated by Clemson. So we didn't even get to see the matchup that we hoped for, which would be the R.J. Davis versus Caleb Love. Caleb Love playing his old school Carolina, and they didn't. Caleb Love and R.J. Davis played by far their worst games of the season. Both shot a career worst 0 for 9 from 3, 0 for 18 combined. R.J. Davis finished his game 4 for 20. 16 points, 0 for 9 from 3. Caleb Love, 5 for 18, 0 for 9 from 3. And we just didn't get it. So they both picked the worst time to play the worst games of the season. The Alabama game was close. Clemson was able to pull away from Arizona, but we just didn't get the job done. And Hubert Davis and company can't get it done. It was very frustrating, very upsetting from this Alabama team who was able to ultimately get to the Final Four. And play UConn. UConn is last night became the first team since the 06-07 Florida teams to win back-to-back national titles. Was a straight buzzsaw right now. So we would have possibly played them if we got to the Final Four. So what can you do? It was a tough way to end the season in the Sweet 16. I thought we had a legit shot to get to the Final Four. Hubert Davis is continuing to do a great job with this team. And now, moving forward after the season's finally ended, I believe we will be good next year, but there's a couple steps and a couple things and give you guys some latest news and updates on what I think. The question is, what next? Where do we go from here? Well, first we got to explain to you guys the roster and understand what's going on. Now, we know for a fact Armando Bacot, Paxton Wojcik, and Cormac Ryan are leaving. Cormac Ryan and Paxton Wojcik transfers this past season. Cormac Ryan more of the bigger impact. So we do know that those three won't be back. And I seen the picture after the Sweet 16 of Armando and RJ walking out together playing the last final game. Very touching, man. Something we won't see. We won't take Armando for Bacot. He will forever be a UNC legend, man. 6 years here, did a great job with the program, set a lot of records, have his name etched in stone in Carolina history. So, couldn't get a national title while he was here, but hey, like I said, going down one of the great players in Carolina history. But now the biggest question is who's staying, who's coming. Now, R.J. Davis finished his 4th year. He can come back for a 5th year. Don't know. Elliot Cadeau, I believe before he committed, he reclassified, so I do think he'll be back at least another year, but there's still a maybe. Maybe he's going to play 2 years at Carolina and then try to enter his name into the draft and get to the NBA. Another question is, one of the biggest impact transfers of this past season, Harrison Ingram. Yes, Harrison Ingram, the former transfer from Stanford. What will he do? We don't know. We'll see. I think it'll be crucial if Carolina can get RJ and Harrison Ingram back. I believe that can put them up there, contending for a national title next year. Now, Seth Trimble today just announced that he will be entering the transfer portal. The guy who just finished his sophomore season, a little over 5 points per game, played well for us, finished 3rd in the ACC in 6 man a year. Defense, I believe he was the glue guy for this team. 41% from 3, 49 from the field. I believe ultimately him transferring signals a good thing that R.J. Davis, Elliot Cadeau, if not one but two, will both be back. I believe Seth was picturing that he could have a bigger role on this offense and be a better impact, and I think he's doing what's best for him. But I just want to say, Seth, man, we appreciate what you did for the program, appreciate the guy he was for this program. I wish him nothing but the best and nothing but success because he did a great job here his 2 years, and he's going to be a phenomenal player whoever he goes and whoever decides to get him. Now, with that being said, what we do know is Carolina is getting 2 5-star recruits and Ian Jackson, a highly coveted guard out of Bronx, New York. Those Bronx, New York guards got that sauce, baby. So, he's not afraid to jack it up. He 9 for 21 in the McDonald's All-American game, had a good game. So one thing I know, he can get us out of trouble and get some scoring punch from us, and he can have an impact next year. And then we got Drake Powell, a forward out of North Carolina, number 2 ranked player in the state of North Carolina. These guys are 9 and 10 respectively in the country in ranking, and this is via 247, which I use a lot. So 2 5-stars coming in, which I believe will make an impact. So having Harrison Ingram and him coming back will be key. But that's what we know for sure. I'm gonna give you guys a couple players I believe UNC should target that are in the portal right now, and these are all power forwards / centers, whatever you want to call them. As good as Armando is, and he's leaving, but he he never was able to stretch the floor or lacked a little bit of athleticism, but was in the post, didn't shoot the mid-range, didn't really shoot the three. He made a couple, but that really wasn't his game to stretch it and help the offense out. But like I said, he was great. And I know we have Jalen Washington and we have Zayden High, but I think Zayden High is more a developed energy guy. And Jalen Washington just hasn't showed you that punch. He's solid, but I just don't know if you're going to get superstar status from him. So we need a guy who's going to make an impact and stretch the floor. So a couple guys I think you guys, we should keep an eye on, and we'll see what happens. These things could change over time. Before I get even post this or after I post this or record this, things could change. But I'll give you a couple guys, 3 to 4 guys. Great Asabor, power forward / center out of Utah State. Was the Mountain West Player of the Year in the conference. Averaged 17 points per game, 9 rebounds per game. Did a hell of a job with Danny Sprinkle, the coach of Utah State, who left and took the Washington job. But Asabor was phenomenal in the tournament. Got Utah State up to play Purdue. They lost, but it's a guy you should watch for. This guy can shoot the jumper, can drive, very athletic. I think a guy they should try to contact. Another guy, a freshman. By the way, Asabor is a junior, so another guy just finished his freshman season. Their coach got fired. That is Brandon Garrison, the center, freshman from Oklahoma State. 7 points per game, a little over 5 rebounds per game. Has some potential, some athleticism. I think a guy we should keep a track on. Another guy just entered the portal yesterday. As the Calipari news is breaking, he's leaving Kentucky. It's rumored, it's not been officially addressed yet, that he probably will be taking the Arkansas job. So, but Aaron Bradshaw, former 5-star recruit out of the state of New Jersey with DeJuan Wagner Jr., battled injuries, broke his foot before the season started, so was in and out of lineup 26 games, 4.9 points per game, a little over 3 rebounds a game, played in 26 games, fell out of the rotation a little bit, a guy, but I think you should keep an eye on him. Maybe we can get the most out of his development. And then one more guy, Matt, if I'm saying this right, he's French. He's a junior from Stanford, Maxime Reynaud, 7-1 out of Paris, France, averaged a little over 15 points per game, a little over almost 10 rebounds a game before Stanford. Had other guys enter the portal. Jared Hoss was fired, but Kyle Smith from Washington State took that job, but a very talented guy who I think Carolina could use. He can do a little bit of everything, so guys they should keep their eye on. And then another guy, I've heard that UNC has contacted this guy, Cade Tyson, power forward, small forward, we want to call him, 6'7", out of Belmont. Just finished his sophomore year, average 16.2 per game, 5.9 rebounds per game, and 1.1 assist. He's the younger brother of Hunter Tyson, former Clemson star. So a guy I know for sure they contacted. So Carolina's making moves. We'll see what happens. There's a couple forwards I'm looking at, small forward guys, even with Drake Powell coming in, who I think can make a big impact. Him and Ian Jackson, which college basketball, as we know, is about veteran leadership as well, too. Look at UConn with Cam Spencer, Tristan Newton. So you need talent. I think Hubert will find a way to attack the portal, and we'll see what happens. And we'll see coming up shortly what Harrison Ingram and company decided to do. The college basketball portal is open right now. It closes May 1st, so I'll be back soon in the next couple weeks. But like I said, it's April 9th. The season just ended yesterday, less than 24 hours ago. So we'll see what happens with Carolina. But either way, this roster is going to look a little different next year, I believe. I definitely believe. But we'll see what RJ Davis, Harrison ultimately decide, and we can come back. But like I said, it was a great season. I believe Carolina will be a top 5, the top 10 team next year, to even with some of these guys leaving, because I believe we can attract guys in the portal and make some moves. And I believe, like I said, Hubert Davis and company will be aggressive. The Tar Heels will be back. Maybe we'll have something to say. And I just want to say, congrats to UConn. 6 national titles, 6-0 in the title game. 6 national titles since 1999. That's in 25 years. That's remarkable. So to talk about them being a blue blood and people hating on them, it is what they are. And then the most important thing is now they have more national titles than Duke, and they have tied us for national titles. So I don't want to hear them Duke fans talking that rah nothing. You have guys haven't done anything. So but shout out to them. But it was a great college basketball season. But we'll be back to talk about some more Carolina basketball. Hopefully some more good news and ever-changing roster, man. Landscape of college basketball with the transporter and NIL. So we'll see what happens. But it's your boy Adrian, man. Appreciate y'all, and I'm out.